Right, we will start the class now. So you will have to do the sketch program in the page number 39. So do it as a homework, and you have to show me the next time when you are logging to the class. Each and every one of you has to show me the running program, right? After running that program, if anything you want to know, then that time we will discuss what to do and how to do. Right. Today we will start the next lesson. Is the lesson number 4, use of microcontroller. Use of microcontroller. Now, what is microcontroller? This is what we are going to learn, and then we have to identify the sensors. There are many sensors which are using for many equipments, right? So the sensors, we have to understand what is the sensors and how do we use these sensors to develop for some other small equipments, right? So this is what we are going to learn. This is the target point of this lesson. And what do you mean by microcontroller? So this is what we are going to learn first, right? And now here Januli is here, and here Nanidu is here. This is the Januli, this is Nanidu, right? Can you read this?
The sun is up, yet the street lights are on. Isn't it a crime to waste electricity?
True, we can minimize the loss. To do so, we could use a light sensor to detect sunrise and sunset, and based on the light could be automatically switched on and off.
I haven't heard of such light sensors. How are they controlled?
Now there is a question. Okay.
There are sensors to measure things like soil conditions, temperature, and environmental conditions, and many such specialized computer programs could be used to control them.
Hey, කොහොමද කියවන්න කියවීම? කඩාගෙන full stop ගැන හිතන්නේ නේ, කමා ගැන හිතන්නේ නේ. ළඟ හිටියනම් ඔළුව අත ගන්න ටොක්ක්ක් හිල්ලෙන්න. There are sensors to measure things like soil conditions, temperature, and environmental conditions, and many such. Specialized computer programs could be used to control them. So that means now this boy is saying about what is microcontroller, right? So that microcontroller is the thing that we use to identify some inputs, and according to the inputs, it controls everything and gets the output. That is what called microcontroller, right? Microcontroller contains, it's a circuit. It contains diodes, condensers, circuits. It contains all those electronic parts, right? So which uses to control inputs, and then it gets the output, right? Now look at here in this book. Here, look at here. Now it detects the sensors, right? There are many sensors as mentioned in the introduction here, and there are a lot of sensors are there. What are those sensors? To measure the things like soil condition, there is a sensor to measure the soil condition, temperature, right? So we are giving a certain temperature level. So if that level is going above, then the detector is detecting this temperature is going up, and it gives the signal to us, right? Something like there are sensors and environmental conditions like light and night, day and night, and there are many sensors are there. By using those sensors, we can create many equipments, right? Now, according to that, here in the example, right? Now there is a light sensor is fixed here. From the light sensor, it's giving a signal whether it's night or day, right? It's night or day. So we are giving instructions to the sensor, right? If the time is this level, you consider as night. If the time is this level, you consider as day. Like that, it's giving, we are giving the instructions to it, right? For example, every morning 6 o'clock till evening 6 o'clock, that will be the daytime. And evening 6 o'clock to the following day 6 o'clock, that will be the night time. So we are giving instructions to the light sensor, these conditions. So according to that conditions, it works and it gives us the informations, right? Now that information gets the microcontroller. Then microcontroller, according to the information given by the sensors, microcontroller is going to process it, right, to activate it. And after activating, it gives us the result like output. If the inputs, there's a daytime, the microcontroller activates the output like to switch off the light. If the light sensor gives the input saying that it is a night, then the microcontroller checks that and it gives the output to light the lamp, right? So this is what the microcontroller does, right? Now the basic thing is we have to input and microcontroller is processing that and it giving us the output. That will be the main target of this processor, right? So we will write this one like this. So you can write down microcontrollers, the heading called microcontrollers. And those who are need, you can write down in single also, Shudra Palake.
Sir,
Yes.
okay, right. Karagana the book.
No, Liya Gandhi. Just write down the lesson number 4, microcontrollers. This is the heading. That is the lesson that we are going to do today. Okay. Now this is the outcome of the microcontroller. So identify the sensors and introduce the control of the processing, right? So these are the output of the microcontroller. That means this is what we are going to learn from this lesson. Okay. Now, no need to write down this one. Let's go to the this one, use of sensors to identify environmental changes. So you can write down this and draw this sketch also. Now the same thing I have given in Sinhala medium, but we don't need to go to Sinhala medium. And now next one is microcontroller, right? Is what? This is what microcontroller, right? And here microcontrollers are the chips designed to perform some operations, right? So it's a chips, or it's a combination of diodes, condensers, transistors. So all these are the combination of that. There are inbuilt many gates, right? So this is a circuit. So circuit designed for to do some purpose, some activities, right? What? To given the instructions, according to the given instructions. We are inputting some instructions, right? According to the instructions, that microcontroller is going to process, and it gives us the output. This is the main purpose of microcontroller. Okay, you can write down this one. And then we have to go for the next point is, what is the part of this microcontroller, right? Now here you get there are 4 basic components, the parts, right? By physically we cannot part them, but logically inside the microcontroller there are many components. So what are those components? One is CPU, the other one is memory, the other one is clock, system clocks, and the peripheral device. So in the main memory you get 2 memories. One is volatile memory, one is non-volatile memory. What do you mean by non-volatile memory? That will be the permanent memory. Even though the power is there or not, that memory will be retaining as it is. But volatile memory means if the power is not there, all the things in the memory will delete. Right? So like RAM. In the RAM, whatever you stored, once the power is gone off, everything will be lost. But when you say hard disk, even the power went on, but whatever the inside the hard disk will remaining as it is. So same like you will get the memory two types. What are the 2 types? Volatile memory and non-volatile memory. Right? And system clock is the speed of the controller or the processor. Right? And peripheral device means there are many devices that can be connected to the controller, microcontroller. So there are peripheral devices can be connected, like solar lamp system, washing machine, micro ovens, and many other more things can be connected to microcontroller. Therefore, when we are giving instructions, according to the instructions, the processor is going to be, the microcontroller is going to be activated, and it gives us the result by using the peripheral devices which are connected to the processor, right? Which are connected to the microcontroller. So this is the main component of the microcontrollers. There are 4. What are the 4? First thing is CPU, second thing is memory, and third system clock, 4th devices, peripheral devices, right? Okay, you can write down them, then we will discuss one by one what are these things. And let's see one by one them, and this is there are 2 kinds of microcontrollers, right? There are 2 types. One is SBC, the other one is SCC. What is SBC? Single board computer. That means one board, one single board. That have single circuit board. So it's a single circuit board is there, which has the memory, input, output, and the control everything. For example, we can say Raspberry Pi circuit board. And the other one is SCC. SCC mean Central Processing Unit, right? Input and memory are inbuilt into one integrated circuit, that IC. That means in the IC, in the circuit, right? The CPU input, those components we discussed here. These components are, all these components are inbuilt in the SCC. But these components are available in the SBC in one board, not on one chip. It's in one board, right? But the SCC means those things are, everything is inbuilt in the one chip. One chip. That is the main. That is the difference between those two processors, right? So this is example Arduino chip. Arduino chip has the everything inbuilt in the circuit, in the chips, right? So as example, you can write down this one, Raspberry and the Arduino chip. You write this. Now we discussed here, there are two types of processors are there, microprocessors are there. So what are the two types? One is SBC, the other one is SCC. SCC means all the components of the microprocessor inbuilt in the chip, right? So the SBC means it's a one circuit. In the circuit, there are all components are available, right, in the microprocessor. Right. Now, use of microcontrollers. Now we are going to use them. Now we are talking about these three types of microcontrollers, right? One is Microbit, Arduino, Raspberry. So there are following microbase kits are there. So we will learn this one by one, how to do and not to do. Right? Write down this one also, then we will learn it. Now, when we are talking about these three, right? And first one is Microbit Controller. So Microbit means that is something like here. So I have taken the picture of in your book, right? So they are given naming, numbering here. So they are number one, number two, number three. And in your book, there is mentioned what is number one. See, switch. Number one is switch. And number two, number three, number four. So it is mentioned in your book. You can look at in your book. So it is there, right? So this is developed by BBC Institute, right? And this module has inputs. Then there is a processing, and then there is output. There is output for the whatever we want. Then it has the memory and the sensors also. Memory available in the memory and sensors. And in the next slide, you will see the back side of the same module, right? Here, this is the back side. When you turn to back, then it will show you here. So number 8 is the USB connector, right? Number 9 is the power connector. something like that, right? The number 7 is a small co-processors are there. Co-processors are there. So you can look at into your book. In the book, front and back both is named there, right? You can look at into your school book, right? So you can just give the very simple example. I mean, for example, what is about microbit? So you can write down this part. No need to draw the board, right? You can write down this one. Put the heading microcontroller, microbit, and then you can write down small about this. We will discuss here how the microbit is going to control. Here, look at here. This is the microbit controller. The circuit is here and the computer is here. So this is the USB connector. So we connect the USB connector one side to the microbit module and the other one is to the computer. After connecting that, there is called microbit module, right? So that module we can activate, we can open that module in the computer. So it's the module opens it and it gives us a chance to write the program, right? So programs writing like scratching. We did scratch programming. Same like that interface is there. So we can drag and drop the commands and we can develop a circuit, we can develop a program. So after developing that program, right? This is the interface. This is the interface here. So microbit module, when open it, it will come like this. And we have to drag and drop and we have to develop the program. Same like Scratch, right? Okay, Ranidu? Same like Scratch. So as we want, we drag and drop it and we write the programming code here. And then there is on top of that, there is icon called upload the program, upload. So once we click it, upload, this whatever we create this program here, drag and drop in program we created here now, according to our requirements. So that programs will go and store in the microbit chips here, right? That programs automatically comes to the microbit chips and stored inside the chip, right? It has the permanent memory now. So in that permanent memory, it goes and stayed there, then it is stored inside it. So after that, when we connect this processor to something, so according to our given instruction, it works, right? So how do we give the instruction to the controller? By connecting to computer and activating the module. From module we program whatever we want, then we upload it. Then only it comes through this wire to the processor controller. Can you understand what is this? Do you have any questions on that? This module has to be connected to the computer with with micro USB cable. So with this cable we are connected to computer and then we have to do what? The bit modular controller has to go to online and we can, this is the website you can use, right? This is the website you can use to activate this code, this interface, right? Microbit modular, we can do it from this computer, right? So we can take it from the internet. We can take it from the internet. Okay, so you can write down this one first, then after that we can write to the next one. If you can make it cartoon drawing here. Just put the cartoon drawing. This is the coding microcontroller module, right? So to code in that, you have to activate this program and you have to code in this, right, drag and drop, and then you can upload the programming code and it goes to the and stored in the microcontroller, right? Okay, you can write down coding. Right. Arduino is a simple micro processor developed by Atmel company. So who is developed? Atmel. Right. Microbit. Who developed Microbit? Senuka? Senuka. Senuja. Who developed Microbit? Namanan නෙමෙයි Senuja.
Atmel company.
ඇත්තද? දැක්කද සේනුජ ඉන්නේ නිදිමතේ. ඒකයි. නනිදු. Nanidu, can't you hear what I'm telling you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, give me the answer. Mati Mona, කොහේ ඉන්නවද මන් දන්නේ නැහැ මම පාඩම කරද්දි. Jayesh.
ABC Institute.
Very good. ABC. Right? ABC company. Now, this is Arduino is Atmel. Right? Arduino is Atmel company. They are the who developed this. And it can receive input and then they process it and then they release the output. Right? And most of the people, most of the students are using Arduino board for so many equipments, right? It has memory also. Therefore, it's a same as it is small computer. It's a smaller computer. So small basic features are there. Whatever the available features in the desktop or a laptop, and same thing has this Arduino board also. Therefore, there are a lot of students who are using this Arduino board to develop like candle, Torah, to make some lights very nicely. And I saw now 2 years back we had an exhibition in our school. So there are a lot of students who use Arduino board to develop many equipment like remote control car. They use remote control car using this Arduino board, right? They use automatic what do you call security system using Arduino board, right? So there are many things that we can use it, right? So only thing is we must know how to do it. To do that, we have to have experience. So first we have to look at the person who has did. We have to look at first, and then we have to find out the name of these parts, and then we have to find out how to develop the programming on the Arduino. So there are experience has to be used to develop, not like just a person like us, like you. At once you can't do that, right? එකපාර මේක බලලා කරන්න බෑ. අපි මේක දිහා බලලා කරලා ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම තිබුණොත් තමයි පුළුවන්කම තියෙන්නේ. right? Okay. දැන් මේක ගැන පොඩ්ඩක් ලියාගමුකෝ ඉස්සෙල්ලාම අපි. Write down this first. Arduino board also has the program, right? Like Microbit, there is a interface. By using that interface, we can develop the program and we can save on the Arduino board. So according to that, the Arduino board is going to process, right? Whatever the we give instructions, it takes and it processes and then it gives us the output, right? And this is the backside of this Arduino board, right? This is the backside of the Arduino board. So it also given the name here 1, 2, 3, 4. So in your books you will get those number also. Now here USB, number 2 is power regulator. Number 3 is DC power system. Number 4, the power pin, right? There are many, and this is the microcontroller, right? So that microcontroller chips can be taken and removed, and we can fix some other thing, some other number. You see, at mega 238P. This processors, the microcontrollers number. There are many numbers, Tarun. There are many numbers. We can fix it, and we can erase them, and we can reprogram it, and we can fix it on this. So according to that only this Arduino board is going to use and going to process. And like that, there are 4 kinds of Arduino board is available, right? How many kinds? 4. There are 4 types of Arduino boards. These are the 4 types of Arduino board. You can write out this. Write this.
Yes, sir. Finish.
Yes, sir.
Sir, චුට්ටක් ඉන්න සර්. තුන්වෙනි එකට යන්න. Sir, finish.
Right, okay. Now, so there are 4 types of Arduino board. One is Uno, the other one is Mega, Nano, Micro. So I have seen most of the students are using the Uno board, right? Arduino Uno board. They're using. I don't know why they are using, but anyhow, this is there. And these type of things we can do. There are separate classes called computer electronic classes. They programming. They do in these classes like that. And there is another class called yes, microcontroller classes are there. But I prefer you all not to go there because nowadays if you are going to those classes, mean you are engaging for unnecessary works, and there is no time for you to study, because these electronic things they will not ask you in the exam, right? Therefore, I prefer not to go for unnecessarily for these types of classes, right? But I mean, if you want, you can go. It doesn't matter. But I prefer you, right? I just give you idea, but don't waste these times. Don't waste your time. Your time is very important. Therefore, you have to select a class which is very needed for you and which will help you for your O-level examination, not for just time passing. Therefore, don't think about about the microcontrollers and the microbits and the Arduino boards and how to program in them. So it is not needed at this time. But if you like, once you do O level, you are free for 2 or 3 months. Then at that time you can use them, right? And yeah, right. So this is called 4 types of Arduino boards. And then we are going to talk about the devices. We told we can use for microcontrollers devices. The last part, remember, we did here, right? This is the peripheral devices. So now we are going to touch with that, right? This is called other peripheral connected to the microcontrollers. There are many things that we can connect to microcontroller. First thing is breadboard. What do you mean by breadboard? Breadboard is creating a new circuit, and breadboard is something like motherboard. But by using that, we can hold it. There are some holes inside it. We can go through the holes and we can hold it. Whatever the circuits, whatever the peripheral devices. So this is something like a motherboard of a computer. So everything can be held here, right? So there are many things. So one thing is breadboard. So you can write down what is breadboard here, right? Put a heading, heading also and write down. Huh? We are talking about the peripheral device that can be connected to the microcontroller. So here one thing is breadboard, the other one is lights, sensors, right? So that called LED. LED also one more, most of the things that yes.
කලින් එක චුට්ටක් දාන්නකො සර්.
Oh. So there are many types of LEDs. Only not just one LED, but there are many types of LED. So those LED are used to output some information, right, through the microcontrollers, right? And this is one of the peripheral device we use to use in the microcontrollers. You can write down also this.
So get the answer other peripherals connected to the microcontrollers.
Here just you put it number 2. That was number 1, no? And this is number 2. Then finally we will discuss here sensors, right? So first one we call it breadboard as devices, and second one is light emitting diode LED. Third one is sensors, right? This is not number 1, number 3. Sensors. By using sensors, we can input some information to the controller, right? So we use mostly the sensors for that. And there are 2 types of sensors. One is PIR sensor, the other one is ultrasonic sensors, right? There are 2 types of sensors. Okay, write down this one. Who can tell me a day-to-day activity that uses microcontrollers? A day-to-day incidents that you can see, day-to-day incidents by using microcontrollers. Who can tell me? Yes. None of you. Part of the rule. When you go on the road, early in the morning, there is one person who was appointed by the Pradesh Sabha, and that person is going with a hook and going all over the street and switch off the light, right? Every day in the evening, he is going again all over the town and put on the switch. Put on and off that is his duty, right? But nowadays, have you seen such a person in the street? No. Man kipake පැහැදිලිද මන් දන්නේ නැහැ. ඉස්සර නම් උදේ හවසයි රාජ්‍ය සභාවේ එක්කෙනෙක් පත් කරලා ඉන්න එයා කොක්කක් අරගෙන එනවා මුළු වීදි වටේම ඇවිදලා උදේට නම් ස්විච් එක ඕෆ් කරනවා හවසට ස්විච් එක දාගෙන යනවා. නමුත් ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැන් දැකලා තියෙන ඒ වගේ පුජ්ජලක් ඉන්නේ. දැන් දකින්නේ නැහැ. ඇයි ඒ? හේතුව we use microcontroller with the help of sensors. It inputs some information that process the processor, the microcontroller, and it gives the output. For example, අපේ විදුලි රේඛා ලාම්පුව නැත්නම් ඒ ලයිට් එක යට තියෙන පොඩි පෙට්ටියක් වගේ උඩ තියෙන ලයිට් එක දාන මොකද්ද සෝලාර් පවර් එක. අර සෝලාර් පවර් එකෙන් තමයි පවර් ගන්නලා ස්ටෝර් කරගන්නේ ඒක. පවර් එක නිර්මාණය කරගන්නේ. ඒතර ඒකේ තියෙන පොඩි සිග්නල් එකක් මේ සෙන්සර් එකක්. ඒ සෙන්සර් එකෙන් විධාන දෙනවා මයික්‍රෝකන්ට්‍රෝලරට. දැන් හවස 6යි දැන් ඕන් කරන්න බල්බ් එක කියලා එහෙම සිග්නල් එකක් දෙනවා. ඒතර ඒ සෙන්සර් එකෙන් දෙන සිග්නල් එක අනුව ප්‍රොසෙසර් එක කන්ට්‍රෝල් කරලා ප්‍රොසෙස් වෙලා රයිට් ලයිට් එක පත්තු කරන්න කියලා සිග්නල් එක දබා දෙන එළියට. ඒතර ඒ අනුව අර ස්ටෝර් කරලා දෙන බැටරි කරන්ට් එකෙන් පවර් එක ඇවිල්ලා මේ බල්බ් එක ඕන් වෙනවා. right? I have set auto off වෙනවා. කොහොමද off වෙන්නේ? උදේට හයි කරලා තියෙන sensors වලින් එයාට indicate කරනවා දැන් ඔන්න උදේ වුණා කියලා. ඒතර process එක process කරලා microcontroller process කරලා output එකක් දෙනවා. දැන් දවල් ඉතින් light එක off කරන්න. එයා auto off කරගන්න. අන්න ඒ විදිහට sensors හයි කරලා දෙනවා. කවුද one goal එකට ගිහිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ? one goal කියලා නේද? නෑනේ. ඒක උඩම තට්ටුවේ තියෙනවා පඩිබල ඔටෝමැටිකලි වැඩ කරනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ පඩිබල ගාවට ගියාම පඩිබල ඉබේට වැඩ කරලා පඩිබල විදිනවා. ඒතකොට අපි පඩිබල ඉඳන් ඉඳලා පඩිබල අපි අරන් යනවා. right? අපි අද්දි විතරයි ඒක වැඩ කරන්නේ. ඇයි ඒ? දෙපැත්ත සෙන්සර් කයි කරලා තියෙනවා. අපි අද්දි ආටෝ ඩිටෙක්ට් කරගන්න කවුරු ආවද කියලා ඊට පස්සේ මැෂින් එක වැඩ කරන්න. තාවක සමහර ඔය shops වලට ගියාම දොර ඉබේ වැරෙනවා. මේ පැත්තේ ඉන්න අය නම් කඳානේ තියෙන කේසෝන් එකට ගියොත් ඒත් හරියි. කොළඹ පැත්තේ ඉන්න අය නම් යුනි ප්ලාසා වගේ පාඩ ගියොත් ඒ වල තියෙන සමහර shop ගිය ගම ඔටෝ වැරෙනවා. දොරට වැරෙනවා. නේද? ඒ වෙන්නේ මොනවලින්ද? මේ sensors වලින් දැනගන්න තියෙන signals අරගෙන අර microcontroller එකෙන් විධානයක් දෙනවා දැන් දොර අරින්න කොහොමද වහන්න කියන්නේ. අන්න ඒ අනුව දොර අරනවද වහනවද කියන එක තීරණය වෙනවා. right? ඔය විදිහට අපිට පුළුවන් මේ microcontroller පාවිච්චි කරලා එදිනෙදා ජීවිතයේ නොයෙකුත් ආකාරයේ ක්‍රම විදි සකස් කරන්න. right? හරි ජරුලි මම ඉවර කරන්න බයින්න එපා. එම් ටගල වෙලාවක් බලනවා. නේද? තව හතරක් තියෙනවා යතත් මම පාවිච්චි කරන්නම් ඈ. නැත්තම් අවුල්නේ. හොඳයි. මේක අද අපි මුළු පාඩම කරා. හැබැයි සාරාංශගත කිරීමක් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒතර ඕගොල්ලෝ බලන්න පොඩ්ඩක් මුලසලක දක්වාම අපි දෙකනද කළේ. ඒ කරපේකත් එක්ක ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ අච්චුපත පෙරලා බලන්න ඕනේ. දැන් අච්චුපතත් එක්ක රැවෙන්නේ මම කිව්වේ. අච්චුපතෙන් තමයි ඔක්කොම අරන් තියෙන්නේ. But I did not show you the book. I just go through the with my slideshow. Right? Now what you have to do at home, you go through your textbook. Take the textbook and read them and compare with what we studied today. And if you have any doubt or error or mistakes or the question, you have to write down and keep in a piece of paper in your book. And once we come to the next time, you should ask me those questions so that I can clear with you. Okay. එතකොට දැන් අපි next week අපි holiday එකක් ගන්නවා නිමාඩුවක් ගන්නවා ක්‍රිස්මස් එකට ඒ නිසා next week අපිට නෑ අපි ආයේ class පටන් ගන්නෙ ඊළඟ අවුරුද්දේ ජනවාරි වල දෙවෙනිදා නේද දෙවෙනි ඉරිදා තමයි පටන් ගන්නෙ හොඳයි එතෙක් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේ ලැබෙන වූ නව වසර සාර්ථක වෙන්න කියලා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. නිදුක් නිරෝගී සුවය ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. විශේෂයෙන්ම කොරෝනා වගේ වෛරස් වලින් ඈත් වෙලා නිරෝගී දිවියකට ආශිර්වාද පතනවා. ඒ වගේම තමයි ලබන්නා වූ නත්තල වාසනාවන්ත කිරියෙන් කෙනින් විතර නත්තලා වේවා කියලා මම හැමෝටම ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. ඒ ප්‍රාර්ථනාවත් එක්ක මම ඔයගොල්ලන් ඉල්ලා හිටනවා ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ පේමන්ට් ගෙවපු නැති අය ඉන්නවා නම් මටත් නත්තල කණ්ඩේ ඔන්න ඒ වන්න කියලා නත්තලෙන් ඉස්සලා ඒක තියෙමි මොන හරි තියෙනම් ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න අවස්ථාව දෙනවා එහෙම නැත්නම් මම අද නතර කතා කරන අපි ලබන අවුරුද්දේ ඉරිදා පළවෙනි ඉරිදායෙන් පටන් ගන්නවා. ඔව් මොකොත් කියලා අහන්න කියන්න කරන්න. ප්‍රශ්න මොකොත් තියනද? ඔව් සර්. right එහෙනම් ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ අම්මලා තාත්තලාටත් මම කිව්වයි කියන්න සුබ පැතුවා කියලා අලුත් අවුරුද්දට ඒ වගේම නත්තලට සුබ නත්තලක් කිව්වා කියලා හැමෝටම කියන්න. right එහෙනම් ඔයගොල්ලෝ අකන්නම ජේසු පිටයි බුදු සරණයි good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.